Hello, so this is the second part of the video. These were the other two piles, these were the other two rings. So I'm going to start with this. Look. And once again, we have the two oracles from the Halloween Oracle and the 6 cards from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. Okay. So our messages are forgiveness, reducing burden. So this is a forgiveness, but as it should be, not the forgetting of what was done to us, not the allowing the culprit of our pain or someone who betrayed our trust or something to hurt us again. It's not a forgiving in the sense of everything is fine, everything is as it was, everything is forgiven, we can be friends. It's a I forgive you in the sense that you're out of my life, you're out of my heart, and I don't allow you anymore to hurt me in my memories. It's a forgiving what so and so has done to me because I have gone past that. I'm not going to keep torturing myself with the pain and the sorrow and the anger without any actual purpose by keep remembering how I felt. I've learned my lesson. I know I can count on you. I know I can trust you. I know who you are. And that's the end of it. The second message is the ghost. So the regret is our keyword. Basically, it's the ghost as the metaphor of what we leave behind. The ghost as in the spirit that still needs to do something, and it haunts the world. It haunts maybe its former house or something, because they have something that keeps them here, something they should have said, something they should have done. So it's a message of doing what we feel we should be doing instead of procrastinating. And if we feel like something is alien to us, something is not right, something is giving us a bad vibe, don't do it, because we are going to have to face the consequences. We are going to feel trapped because of what we've done, of what we lost the chance to do and say. And on the other hand, if it's something already happened or not happened, it's time to move on. It's an occasion we have lost, or it's something we shouldn't have done or said, and there's no way to change it. It's going to be useful if we use it as a lesson. It's not going to do anything if we just wallow in the sorrow and in ill being because of it. Now, as always, like as in the other video, this is our emotional side. This is where our energy is or should be. So what we should be doing, what we are geared toward right now. Here is our mental, rational side, and this is a past, present, future sort of reading. So we have the King of Potions, which is this deck's version of Cups, of course. In the emotional side, so generosity, so kindness, so openness and happiness, and basically emotional stability and accomplishment. On the rational side, we have the Seven of Needles, so our ability to theoretically see and think about everything that's possible for us, everything that should be possible, everything that was possible. So seeing these two cards, I feel like there is a look at the past right here, and this emotional side is more a wish sort of situation, not an actual state of our heart. Therefore, it's clear that we have the contemplation, everything done, everything said, everything we should have done, everything we should have said, and this is the wish to be forgiven by this kind, good person depicted by the king of cups, of potion. Now this kind of Igor character in the movie is definitely kind and sort of subservient, although it's not mistreated. So we can say there is this kindness toward other people, very well represented in the card in this deck specifically. So again, it's wish to help someone, wish to receive help and forgiveness by someone we have wronged or we didn't help when we had the chance. While our energy right now, it's represented by the King of Needles. So with the devil here, this devil kind of character in the movie. So we have the concept of reflecting, we have the concept of realizing rationally and smartly even that, again, what's done is done. We can still act on a certain level when it comes to people, because we can still try to mend a bridge, we can still try to rebuild a relationship on one side. On the other side, there is this we deserve someone kind, we are thinking about what someone said and what they have done to us, and we need to be smart and let them go. So I feel like these two messages in the oracle are very connected, but I feel like it's two kind of people. I feel like the people that choose this pile of cards are either considering themselves the guilty side of a situation, or um, the one that were the guilty, or the one that were used and mistreated or something like that. So we have both spectrums. Either you realize rationally, instead of keep thinking about the past and keep hoping that the other person is going to reach first, you realize that you can still talk, you can still try to do better, either by them or in your life in general. Or you can realize that instead of hoping that this person reveals to be kind and generous, even instead of you being too much kind and giving too much, and instead of keep again thinking about what was and what could have been or should have been, if they have changed or something like that, be smart, think about yourself a little bit, rationalize the situation, whether it is you have to better yourself or you have to protect yourself more and grow up. Do it. You have the moment, you are in the moment where your rational side should help you in doing that. Then in the past we have a 10 of potions. So right now I feel the end of a relationship. It could be a romantic sort of relationship, it could be any kind of relationship. It's over on an emotional side, so the human side of any of this relationship is over. Maybe you still live together, maybe you still see each other because it's what you have become used to do. Maybe you still work with this person, but emotionally speaking, it's over. You have the king of presents in the present, so you have yourself in the position where you should tend your own garden, tend your own world, tend your own body and practical everyday situations, because in the future with the three of needles you will be able to rationalize what happened and how you should move forward, kind of preventing your emotional side, your emotion, your feelings to interfere with the rational decision about what you should do for your best, for yourself, for your happiness. Now, last pile. Here it was. Okay, so the messages are the skull of stars, which is infinite possibilities. So basically, I honestly never understood why there is a skull specifically in this card. I'm not sure if it's my favorite connection between the meaning and the illustration, this particular card. But I feel like the skull, as in the container and support for our sensory organs, our eyes, our ears, and the container of our brain. So, as a spooky Halloweeny representative of the infinite possibilities we have if we allow to see and hear what it's really going on outside of us, what is really going on inside of us, and if we allow to think clearly and elaborate our emotional, how can I say, our emotional states and answers, I could say, without clouding our own judgment because of fears or because of anxiety or an ill-placed hope. On the other hand, we have the owl, which tells us wise seeing, wise action. So basically, the act again of judging the situation in a very clear, honest way, and then acting once with conviction, with basically being assured that we are going to get a good result because we haven't rushed. Now let's see the tarot. We have temperance as our emotional chart, so our ability to go with the flow. I feel like emotionally we are in a state where we are good, not our best. There's no excitement, but we are well enough that we can adapt to the situation without being hurt, without being disappointed or getting angry. And we are in a situation with people that are like-minded, or at the very least can act and behave in a way that gives peace to the group. On a rational, mentally active, more conscious side, we have the Wheel of Fortune, so changes. So again, go with the flow, accept the change, act to change your situation, jump when it's time, when you are given the chance to actually change the thing. Right now we have the Five of Needles, so it's a fight. It's a fight. I feel like it's a situation where we shouldn't necessarily stay beyond what's needed, but we shouldn't run away. So again, this wish for peace and collaboration, and this wish to change things and step up at the occasion of changing our situation is good and it's fine. But right now, we have to state what we want. We have to make our own voice heard. If there is an actual fight, an actual sort of, if there's yelling, if there is anger, and then later on resentment and consequences of this, we will face them, we will go past them. It's a moment where we should be more assertive. We shouldn't, again, try to make all the pieces fit together. If they don't, we shouldn't abandon the thing and move to something else just because it's difficult. It's time to fight. It's time to be sure of our own conviction, of our own ideas, of our own will, and if needed be, to use it to shut down others. In the past, we have the Two of Potions, so the Two of Cups. So, of course, this situation, this fight is difficult because it's someone we care about. There is a strong emotional connection with this person. Could be our significant other, could be someone related to us, so could be a best friend, someone special, emotionally speaking. In the present, we have the King of Candles, so our will, our action, our strength, our vitality, our force of character that needs to be shining, not to the point where this Five of Needles, this Five of Swords is going to cost us the relationship, but to the point where this other person accepts this is for us, this is our life. They apparently cannot help us or understand us, or they think in just a two different way for us. Therefore, we have to do this by ourselves, for ourselves. In the future, we have the Ten of Needles, so we have the thing, we have done the thing, we now need to realize it is done. We now need to realize it is over. We need to rationalize what happened and let it be, let it go. So all of this is kind of funny, really, because I feel like these messages in the oracle are a little bit different from what came out of the tarot cards. But I feel like this Five of Needles and this Ten with Temperance and the Wheel and the two oracle cards on the top is it's very telling. Basically, I feel like this reading, it's all about making our voice heard, having a clear idea, not let anybody tell us we cannot succeed, or we can do this, or there's no way it's going to go well. But at the same time, don't waste energy. So the fight here, it's doesn't have to become a yelling or a screaming match. It can be an internal fight with ourselves, decide that maybe is tempted to listen to the other person, and decide that feels like whatever we are doing, whatever we decided is good for us, which is reflected here in the King of Candles, the King of Wands. And with the Ten of Needles is this knowing that the thing is done, the battle is over, we have won for ourselves. It's not something that has to affect the relationship, it's something we need to keep in its own box, we could say. We can move on. There's no need for it to wait on us, on all other parts of our lives. So I feel like this is what's going to happen, which kind of what we should do with this energy, but these are telling us we shouldn't go to the full potential of the Five of Needles when it comes to negativity, when it comes to the fighting thing. It's more a mark our limit, keep our ground, and then don't go further, don't worsen the thing. Once it's done, it's done. It doesn't have to be a reason to ruin the relationship. It doesn't have to be something that's going to, it's it's not a scar on the relationship. It's something that happened. It can be a chance to grow together, and it can definitely be left behind when the time has come. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye bye.